Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 5 starts now.
Good evening. Court is officially in session, and former Fairview Elementary School principal Leslie Chance, accused of killing her husband back in 2013, is finally having her day in court after nearly 6 years of waiting. Opening statements unfolding in courtroom 4 earlier today. 23 ABC's Tori Cooper is live from outside the courthouse with details on the trial. Tori?
Jess, I'm here outside of Kern County Superior Courthouse, where earlier today, for the very first time, we saw photographic evidence of Todd Chance's body and Leslie Chance in person. We heard two sides to one very twisted story. Now, during opening statements, this is when prosecuting and defense attorneys provide a roadmap to jurors of what they anticipate the evidence will show. Prosecuting attorneys arguing today that Todd Chance's murder was premeditated, while the defense massaging the idea of reasonable doubt.
I anticipate when all of that evidence is presented to you, that you will find that the defendant, Leslie Janae Chance, through her actions, prepared a very involved and detailed lesson plan on how to kill her husband, how to murder him, how to murder Todd Chance. And in fact, on August 25th, 2013, that's exactly what she did.
Prosecuting attorney Andrea Kohler presenting Kern County jurors with an extensive plan and a detailed timeline she says was mapped out and premeditated by Leslie Janae Chance back in 2013 to shoot and kill her 45-year-old husband, Todd Chance, who Kohler says was still maintaining a side relationship with his ex-fiancée, Carrie Williams.
It appeared from his text messages that he actually was interested in seeing Carrie Williams, seeing her in a relationship type of way.
Kohler saying Leslie Chance and Todd allegedly left their family home early Sunday morning on August 25th, 2013 in Todd's black Ford Mustang. Drove along Enos Lane, where Kohler says Leslie eventually fatally shot Todd in an almond orchard, abandoned his Mustang roughly 20 miles away in a neighborhood in southwest Bakersfield, where she later changed clothes in a Starbucks and possibly ran home after. Kohler arguing Leslie Chance was motivated by explicit cell phone exchanges between Todd and his ex-fiancée, Carrie Williams.
You're going to hear, ladies and gentlemen, that those photos were sent to the cell phone of Todd Chance. The very same cell phone that ended up just a stone's throw away from his dead body.
A jealousy, she says, possibly fueled Chance to commit murder, anticipating that money was not the underlying motive for Chance.
There are always two sides to every story.
Public defense attorney Tony Lidgett arguing a different theory, explaining prioritized evidence was destroyed and more, while also pushing the idea of reasonable doubt to jurors.
If you can draw two or more conclusions from the circumstantial evidence, and one of those reasonable conclusions points to innocence and another to guilty, you must accept the one that points towards innocence.
Attorneys briefing the jury on some of the evidence they may see in this case, including footprints at the crime scene, the body of Todd Chance, text messages between Todd and his alleged first love, his Ford Mustang, surveillance video, and details on the murder weapon. But a new development today. Leslie's attorney saying some of the DNA evidence was never tested and the request has been submitted. Now, family members were in court today during opening statements, but during the second half of the trial, attorneys called two separate witnesses, Marco Vierrier and Tony Barbosa, both of them field workers at the time of Todd Chance's murder. Attorneys questioning both of them vigorously about their discovery of Todd Chance's body. But coming up at 6, we're going to have more details from what was shared from witnesses inside the courtroom. But for now, live in Central Bakersfield, I'm Tori Cooper for 23 ABC News, connecting you.
A 19-year-old mother says she was yelled at and shamed by a Polo Ralph Lauren employee at the Tejon outlets for breastfeeding her child inside the store Saturday.
She started to yell at me, telling me that I couldn't breastfeed in there, that there was customers around, and that it wasn't right what I was doing, and I couldn't be doing that. She just kept repeating, I can't be doing that.
It's a story we're working on for 23 ABC News at 6. The outlet's at Tejon issuing a statement apologizing for a, quote, unsettling experience. According to California law, a mother may breastfeed her child in public or private locations, except in someone else's home. We talked to the mother about what happened at the outlets, and we're going to have that story and more coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 6. For the past several weeks, PG&E has put into effect multiple planned power shutoffs due to concerns of severe weather causing massive wildfires. The Board of Supervisors are gearing up to discuss potential actions to address unstable service impacts to the Kern County economy by PG&E. Now, back on November 5th, representatives from Kern Taxpayers Association made a presentation to the board requesting that Kern County engage and join the 8 counties of the Southern San Joaquin Valley Air District as a coalition, pushing for separation of rate-making obligations. PG&E is currently in bankruptcy proceedings and has initiated a program of shutoffs around the state. The board will tackle the topic tomorrow during its meeting. Well, 2 people are behind bars after Bakersfield police say they were caught burglarizing a home in central Bakersfield. According to BPD, around 12:20 this morning, officers responded to a burglary in progress at a home off of California Avenue near Myrtle Street. Officials say the victim reported the incident after he spotted 34-year-old Joe Reed and 39-year-old Jason Eglin on the property through a remote camera system. When officers arrived, Eglin and Reed attempted to run away but were caught and arrested. Police were able to return the stolen items to the victim. Eglin and Reed are facing burglary and resisting arrest charges. Bakersfield police need your help identifying suspects wanted for a burglary at a Jiffy Lube in Northeast Bakersfield. It happened at the business off of Auburn Street around 6 a.m. on October 24th. One of the suspects is described as a Hispanic man between 20 and 30 years old, wearing a gray sweatshirt and white pants. The suspect vehicle is a black 4-door SUV. If you have any information on the burglary, you are asked to call BPD at 327-7111. The sheriff's office needs your help in locating an elderly man who went missing over the weekend. 85-year-old Theoda Harrison was last seen Saturday around 7 p.m. at his residence in Wasco. According to KCSO, Harrison suffers from several medical conditions and may become disoriented. It's unknown if he took his medication prior to the disappearance. He is thought to be occupying his light silver 2009 Toyota Camry with the license plate number BD362DP. Now, if you see Harrison, you are asked to call KCSO at 861-3110. Today, the city of Delano has a chance to sit down and discuss safety with the Delano Police Department. The gathering is being held at the Jefferson Center in Delano and will run from 5:30 until 6:30 tonight. The purpose is to give the community the chance to voice their concerns, ask questions, or make comments about topics including crime, public safety, or police operations with the Delano PD. The event is free and open to the public.
Well, we've been tracking cloudy skies today, but dry conditions as our latest system has pushed well off to our east. We are looking at 55 degrees right now here in Bakersfield. That is slightly warmer than what we were seeing this time yesterday. You can see most of those clouds are baked up in the foothills as well as over the mountains, and this is going to be the case again for your Tuesday. But in the valley, looking at those mid to low 50s, upper 40s in Lake Isabella, low 40s in Tehachapi, as well as in Pine Mountain Club. As for tomorrow, we are tracking again the chance for that dense morning valley fog. I'll have more details on that in just a few minutes, but temperatures are going to be near seasonal with those calm conditions, and the dry conditions continue for at least the rest of the week. I'll let you know when we have the chance to see our next rain event here in Kern County coming up next.
Sparks flying on Capitol Hill as Democrats and Republicans clashed during the Judiciary Committee's impeachment hearing. Within minutes, Republicans forcefully objecting to the process and accusing Democrats of rushing to remove President Trump from office. Meanwhile, Democrats dismissed the GOP claims as a distraction. ABC's Mona Kassar Abdi is in Washington with more.
Within minutes of Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler gaveling in the committee's second impeachment hearing, partisan battle lines were quickly drawn.
Or the witness. Bang it harder. It still doesn't make the point that you're not doing it right.
Republicans aggressively making their objections known, deriding the hearing as a, quote, sham led by Democrats trying to rush impeachment before the 2020 election.
For anyone to think that this was not a baked deal is not being honest with themselves.
But Nadler claimed the committee's urgency was justified to prevent the president from undermining the integrity of the upcoming election. The counsel for the Democrats on the panel then detailing the party's case against President Trump, presenting evidence compiled by the House Intelligence Committee.
And the scheme by President Trump was so brazen, so clear, supported by documents, actions, sworn testimony. President Trump did what a president of our nation is not allowed to do.
But things quickly escalating when Burke went from delivering his opening statement sitting in the witness chair to sitting beside Chairman Nadler and questioning the two witnesses, including his GOP counterpart, Steve Castor. Castor and Republicans on the panel maintained that the impeachment inquiry has been politically motivated and biased. The top Republican on the committee calling into question the motives of the majority staff counsel.
Be very careful about how you throw around dollars in giving, because you and Mr. Burke are real heavy donors to the Democratic Party.
Republicans also took issue with Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff not being in attendance at today's hearing. In a testy exchange, GOP Congressman Matt Gaetz shouted that it should be Schiff, not the panel's lawyer, testifying. Mona Kosarabdi, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
While the FBI investigates a deadly shooting at a Pensacola naval base, Florida's governor is calling for more secure vetting of foreign nationals bound for training in the U.S. On Friday, a Saudi flight student shot 10 people, killing 3. The FBI confirms they are investigating it as an act of terror and say the gunman posted to Twitter shortly before. In the post, he accused the U.S. of being anti-Muslim and criticized support of Israel. Florida's governor also says the gunman has a social media trail allegedly showing hatred for the U.S. Authorities are still trying to determine if he acted alone.